Okay, traders, we're going to continue this gold monster trade that has been building on. We started back here, and some of you guys are in this with these positions still running, 50% closed at 1R, and yeah, we're going to talk about this. But before we do, yeah, we'll look for another opportunity. Yeah, but before we do, let me show you something. These are trades we took Monday, Tuesday in our VIP, and I talked about this earlier. The week before, there were very few trades, and then this week we had a whole bunch. And there's a reason why the week before there were hardly any trades, and this week, we had all of this. And we're going to take a look at gold. Well, I mean, this one's been really favorable, but every now and again, you're going to get like it's trending, and then it turns around like this. And this is when you need to stay out of the market. Right, so you need to develop some kind of system that is going to be favorable. Now, here's the thing. Let's just have a quick look at the weeks here for a second. Just going to grab this guy, and I want to look at, and I want to show you this. See this? This is the previous week. We started off early Monday, and look how it rallied through to Wednesday, and then on Wednesday, dumped. Wednesdays have been fairly notorious. Now we've got a similar situation here where it's rallied, and where to next? Is it going to do that, or do we get that? Right, so that's what we're going to cover in this video. Got to get rid of this because TradingView won't be happy, and we're going to do a TradingView thing. So I'll just take that out. Just want to have a look at that weekly range from last week. Okay, let's get into this now. Quickly before I do, yeah, guys, I mean, if you haven't already, there's a link on my website, anthonyfx.com, to Discord. You can join my Discord, and I highly recommend, if you haven't watched this video, how to pass your prop firm challenge. This is a really good video because it covers these trades that we've taken this week, and it explains how you can copy these. So on my website, anthonyfx.com, it's a link to Discord, and it's in this Forex Trade Ideas channel. Okay, so let's come back here. I'm going to send this to TradingView now. We'll just click that and do that, and then it'll be a new video starting from now. Okay, traders gold. This is going to be a really important video. All right, my guys who've been following me have been building their positions from back here. Okay, so there's people currently who are in these trades. This is the monster trade. Now, if you haven't seen my videos on this, if you go into my TradingView and go down, you'll see gold monster trade, and you'll see that, yeah, we've been doing this video since back here, and we're doing one on Bitcoin as well. So this is the monster trade, and the idea is you enter in a position like this, you close 50% at 1R, and then you just leave it in there, okay? Target's way the hell up there, okay? And these are running in profit. Every now and again, it's going to pull back. Now, I want to talk about this week. See how it trended up, and then we had this pullback. This is a week here, guys. Look, this is important. You've got the week starting. You got the weekly open there. It ran under a little bit, right, and then it trended to the high for the week, and then look what happened. Came down here, and then it closed. But we had this reversal, and if you look at the VIX at the moment, the VIX, it's important because the VIX and gold are very closely correlated in opposites, right? So you've got, if you go to the VIX quickly, where is it? Down here. Just want to show you this. Okay, see how this has rallied through here, the VIX. Look at the volatility we've got here. So now you've got this, and this is good for gold, actually, this move here. But what I'm concerned about now that it's Wednesday, so gold will generally move with the VIX. Given that this has trended up like this, it's overextended, and we've got this gap. Now, if the VIX pulls back down into this gap, well, we're going to have some issues, right? So you've got to look at this gap here and consider that given gold is correlated with this, okay, it's trended up with a vengeance, and you've got to consider, all right, if we grab the anchored VWAP, throw it down here, have a look at this. This here is your VWAP. Okay, that's VWAP, this blue line. We are 2 deviations out from VWAP, overextended. So I don't want to be buying up in here. I'm happy to let it go. What I'm looking for is the move back down into VWAP. All right, and that'd be around here somewhere, back into this entry point pretty much. So what we've done now is we've closed 50% of this position. This is in the money, but I'm going to suggest you leave your stop loss where it is. This one here, I would, given if you've closed 50, you could pull it up a little bit. You could actually pull this one up a little bit. I would pull it up, say here, so that it's going to be or break even, if you will. Okay, if it takes that stop loss out, that'll most likely be a break even. Do something like that. Don't tighten it up too much. All right, so these two are protected. And we're just going to continue this monster trade. I've been doing these videos since back here. And as I said, these are still running for a whole bunch of people who are following me. All right, so this is the next stage. Now, if you haven't started with us, it doesn't matter. You can start now, because I talked about this in the last videos, that my target is 6,000 and beyond, right? 6,000 is up here. That's my first, well, my main target. But and this is 2026. I'm thinking gold does go to 6,000, possibly. I've heard analysts, reputable people, think that that's actually a conservative estimate, or not an estimate, a conservative level, that, or distance that this thing could move. Oh gosh, guys, I'm really tired. I've had hardly any sleep, and I've just had a tooth abscess. I've been to the dentist and they've ripped that out, and I'm a bit, I'm a bit out of whack right now, so you'll hear it. All right. So look, this is what my concern is. Now we have this VWAP blue line here, and the other thing, my rule of thumb generally, when it gets overextended like this, and look, we're heading into the end of the week, VWAP has exploded with a gap. I'm expecting it to pull back. Now grab the fib, and I'm going to pull the fib from, just go from these candle body to candle body. Look at this, 50 to 61.8, okay, and VWAP. This is my point of interest in here. I want to see some kind of a retrace, and I'm thinking possibly through the New York session tonight. So this is my POI for it's a tricky one, because we're heading into the end of the week, and generally at the end of the week you're going to see, like, if it's been rallying, you're going to get the weekly at the end of the week candle. Right, so just think of this, right? So you've got a bullish candle. All right, we'll just do that. Okay, so you get the beginning of the week, the open, the run on liquidity, the low, the rally through the week, and then it pulls back into the close of the week. Okay, open, low, high, close. It's a candle. And I'm concerned that now it's Wednesday, and given that we had, look at last Wednesday. Let me just scrunch that up. Look what we had I was looking for that to continue, and it didn't. Okay, last Wednesday, it rallied really nicely, and then it pulled right back midweek. So I'm going to say to you, look for the opportunities early in the week if it's favorable, and then we build our positions on that. And sometimes you're going to have a bearish week, right? Now, the week before last, was it? I don't know. There was a bearish week back here somewhere. Anyway, it'll trade against us. Well, I mean, that was a bit dodgy, that one last week, right? And then this week it rallied. Sometimes you're going to have not such a great week. So, the positions you open may be less. But when it rallies like that, early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, take these opportunities and build your positions, and then just hang on to it. What I'm looking for then now is a pullback into equilibrium, and then I'm going to be looking. So what I want to see is this. I want to see a move back down, and then I want to see it break structure. All right, and it's going to look like that on a on the hourly or the 30-minute chart. It's going to look like that. Where are we? Too much stuff in here. Oh dear, I just want liquidity, point of interest. There you go, look. Right, let's take that out. Okay, so what I'm looking for is just like anywhere you go, you're going to see the market pull back, and then it's going to see how that did that, and then it broke structure bullish. Well, that's our opportunity. So what I'm looking for is this to pull back and then to give us a bullish break of structure for another opportunity. But Wednesday, yeah, I don't want to open a position in here. All right, so that's that. Now let's just get into and look, this could be, for all I know, guys, it might be a shallow pullback and it just rallies and leaves me behind. It could do that, right? If you've built like a really big buffer like this, and you've gained, you've got profits, your account's grown, these are safe, you can then take a bit of a risk and open one up here. If you're just starting out, I wouldn't do it, but maybe look for, well, you got a little bit of an imbalance here, right? Maybe a little bit of a pullback. Just wait for it to pull back and then give you a higher high and a higher low. That's all you got to wait for. And then you're in, right? That's it. Now, I've got systems in place that give me all of this. If you saw my gold trades this week, you'd be amazed. Anyway, yeah, well, I mean, I'm showing you. We took these trades. Let's just have a quick look now at the monster trade idea, because I'm thinking even hold these through 2026 and think about, like, if we go back, if you continue, like, I'm bullish gold, that's it. Every now and again, there's going to be a deep pullback and we're going to lose some. So this space here where my mouse is, we lost all of those on this pullback, right? But these guys behind here are still in, right? So when it rallies, you continue to build your position, right? You'll go in here, you'll go in here, here. You continue to take 50% off the table. So at 1R. So all of these trades through this section here were profitable, given that 50% was already taken out and the stop loss was moved up a little bit, not a lot, enough to be in profit, or you could move them to break even if you like. You don't want to be like when you gain some distance, like these ones are back down in here. These all should be well and truly at break even. That's what I'm getting at. The closer you are to your current level, you don't want to pull these to break even yet. I would just pull, well, break even would be negative. Like your stop loss, once you take 50%, I'll tell you where break even is. It's, well, about 50% up from your original stop loss level. So, in between, in here somewhere. So if it pulls back, you've gained 50, but you're going to lose a little bit, if you know what I mean, right? So you don't want to tighten these stop losses up too much. Now, once this gains traction, okay, then these stop losses back here go to break even, right? To just give it some room to breathe. So think about 2026, and if you continue, I'm doing this with Bitcoin as well. Just put try to get your head around. We're looking at 20R, and how many of these can you open in a week while this is running like that, right? It's quite a few. Just keep opening them on every pullback and leave them in, and then eventually, like 20, 30R, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 trades closing at, I don't know, 20, 30, 40R. So that's the monster trade strategy. And what else can I say? 2 potential entries for today. Let's just open it up. We'll just open this right up. Okay. One, if you want to take the risk and you've got a buffer, I would look for, as soon as it pulls back and it gives you a higher high and a higher low, then that's something, right? But I'm thinking, into the end of you've got to be careful, because it could just range here, spike up, and then, take you out. So be it. I'm thinking back down into this 50 to 61.8 really would be my preferred, something like that. All right. But yeah, wherever that pulls back and breaks structure. That's my take on gold. And yeah, you don't enter this trade until it actually makes the move. I would love it if you comment, guys. Definitely share your thoughts. Like back here, see how it was trending and then it broke structure, and then there's the entry point there, and then you got this this rotation right there. Okay, same thing again. Like, yeah, that one there. Well, that one there, you could have entered here too, right? On that breakout, that would have been an entry, and then this was been an entry here. We got these two in this week. That's it. And I'll be continuing this. So let's just see how we go. With that, definitely leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.